Hello, this is part 7 of A People's History of the United States. Before I start reading, I would like to acknowledge the unceded territory of the Massachusetts, Pawtucket, and Pocumtuck people, among others, in the area where I am reading this book from. Okay, thus, in that inevitable taking of sides which comes from selection and emphasis in history, I prefer to try to tell the story of the discovery of America from the viewpoint of the Arawaks, of the Constitution from the standpoint of the slaves, of Andrew Jackson as seen by the Cherokees, of the Civil War as seen by the New York Irish, of the Mexican War as seen by the deserting soldiers of Scott's army, of the rise of industrialism as seen by the young women in the Lowell textile mills, of the Spanish-American War as seen by the Cubans, the conquest of the Philippines is seen by black soldiers on Luzon, the Gilded Age is seen by Southern farmers, the First World War as seen by socialists, the Second World War is seen by pacifists, the New Deal is seen by blacks in Harlem, the post-war American Empire is seen by peons in Latin America, and so on, to the limited extent that any one person, however he or she strains, can, quote, see history from the standpoint of others. My point is not to grieve for the victims and denounce the executioners. Those tears, that anger, cast into the past deplete our moral energy for the present, and the lines are not always clear. In the long run, the oppressor is also a victim. In the short run, and so far human history has consisted only of short runs, the victims, themselves desperate and tainted with the culture that oppresses them, turn on other victims. Still, understanding the complexities, this book will be skeptical of governments and their attempts, through politics and culture, to ensnare ordinary people in a giant web of nationhood, pretending to be a common interest. I will try not to overlook the cruelties that victims inflict on one another as they are jammed together in the boxcars of the system. I don't want to romanticize them, but I do remember, in rough paraphrase, a statement I once read, quote, "The cry of the poor is not always just, but if you don't listen to it, you will never know what justice is," end quote. I don't want to invent victories for people's movements, but to think that history writing must aim simply to recapitulate the failures that dominate the past is to make historians collaborators in an endless cycle of defeat. If history is to be creative, to anticipate a possible future without denying the past, it should, I believe, emphasize new possibilities by disclosing those hidden episodes of the past when, even if in brief flashes, people showed their ability to resist, to join together, occasionally to win. I'm supposing, or perhaps only hoping, that our future may be found in the past fugitive moments of compassion rather than its solid centuries of warfare. That being said, or that being as blunt as I can, is my approach to the history of the United States. The reader may as well know that before going on. Okay, I will end there and I'll start part 8 soon. Everyone have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.